Mercury retrograde just has went direct. So this is the time towards directing your mind, your intellect on the projects, the goals, the interactions that you are catering towards building during this time. When Mercury is in retrograde, that means your mind, your space, the environments, the people, places, and constructs that you interacted with are reappearing, coming back all around again. So this is basically a test to see if you want to get rid of these things, if you want to build these things, or if you want to basically switch things up. Mercury retrograde has brought experiences, also unwanted experiences, but these experiences was needed for you to basically get through your projects, get to your goals. So never look at something bad. Never ever look at experiences bad. For me, everything is supposed to happen. For me, it's up to you to take that energy, those experiences, and turn that shit into something. Feel me? You can't just have an experience, put dirt on it. Yeah, it can be very dirty. You may not want these experiences, but you can use these experiences to help you get to point A to point B. And these experiences is just asteroids, and everybody gonna come through an asteroid, but they're gonna fight through that asteroid, whether it's gonna be good or bad. But these asteroids is here to bring learning experiences within your life, and you gotta utilize these asteroids like they a dog, like they a puppy. You gotta take it for a walk. You feel me? You gotta feed it. Feel me? You gotta make sure you nurture it. You gotta make sure you care for these asteroids. Feel me? These asteroids is your children. Because the way you think, what's on your mind, and what's on your focus mentalities, you're pushing these things out. So whatever's on your mind, you're basically experiencing this shit. And of course, these visions, these constructs, and everything that you are accumulating is that spiraling system that's making this shit like elephant shit. So basically, these are the experiences that you basically are going through on a day-to-day basis. Now, with Mercury being direct, your mind will be more freer. You'll be able to actually, you won't have too many mental breakdowns. Now, even if you did have a mental breakdown, it's cool though. You needed that mental breakdown to, of course, get more stronger and get your mental spiraling going on. But retrogrades is not something that you should basically be afraid of or fear. For me, you got through them shits and shit just happened. For me, that's how shit play out. Shit just happened. We go back in time, we go through some breakdowns mentally, physically, emotionally, material-wise, and things of that matter. We go through these circumstances and situations, feel me? So, that's how it play out. But when it comes to these Mercury retrogrades, for me, this is you to harness these energies, to harness these experiences, to aka make magic work in your favor, feel me? You gotta be Mercury retrograde, you feel me? You can't fear this shit, you gotta be this shit. You gotta be the planets, feel me? You gotta embody these traits and harness these shits to get you from point A to point B. Now, let's get into the houses. Mercury direct in your first house. Now, you got Mercury in Taurus, you got Venus in Taurus, you got Uranus in Taurus, you got the North Node in Taurus. So you basically need to place yourself into the situation, being direct, valuing your mind, using your mind, having your own stance, and of course, willing to go through changes when it comes to personally being direct towards your mind, your personal life, and your personal upbringings. Now, what's going to oppose that is going to be your seventh house, your relationships, and the things that you relate with, that you have a deep connection with. Be aware. Second house, this is being direct towards the things you value, your gifts, your talents, and your creativities. Also, you're willing to basically be direct towards these things and not beat around the bush with these things as well, being that you're the Aries ascendant. Now, what you're going to be basically manifesting is vulnerability when it comes to your desires. Vulnerable people when it comes to your desires, which is going to basically be your eighth house, so be aware of that energies. Also, Taurus don't really like that house, so it's always situations of obstacles and ups and downs in that parameter. Now, if you got this in your third house, this is being direct towards illusions within your environment, dreams, arts, and crafts. Now, what's going to kind of like throw that off is going to be long distance travel towards your work, your jobs, your management, your bosses. They're going to pretty much throw that shit off. Now, if you got this in your fourth house, this is basically being direct towards an emotional connection towards home, family, or creating your own family during this time. Now, you're going to have, what's going to happen here is you're going to be manifesting a whole lot of situations of dealing with your status, your creativity, or authority throwing this off during this time, feel me? That's what you're going to be manifesting, authority figures. So be aware of that. If you got this in your 5th house, you're going to be very direct towards your creativity, talents, and gifts and expressions. Now, what's going to throw this off is your mother, your father, your traditions, or them bossing you around. So be aware of that. Now, 6th house, you're going to be very direct towards your work, health, and routines and your scheduling systems. You're going to have gifts. Now, what's going to kind of like throw that off is going to basically be your, we in the 6th house. What's going to throw that off is going to be your dreams. Friends that you're trying to create dreams with, or individuals that's in your environment, your surroundings, they may basically throw that off, or they may basically share the wrong ideas with you during this time, which is going to be the retrograde. Now, if you got this in your 7th house, you're going to be very direct towards deeper relationships and deeper ways of taking full control over your relationships. And now what's going to kind of like throw that off is going to be your 1st house. The personal individuals that you shared a whole lot of time and energy with. Now, if you got Mercury direct in your 8th house, this is having a deeper direction towards desires, intentions, and material matters, resources, or deeper connections and deeper secrets dealing with individuals. Now, what's going to kind of like throw this off is going to basically be individuals that's going to be in your 2nd house. Feel me? So you're going to be manifesting direct things that you have value in systems with, or direct people that you value or value you. These individuals are going to kind of like throw you off when it comes to your 2nd house. So be aware of these individuals. Feel me? Don't put time or patience dealing with these individuals. Just let it go. Feel me? This way you're going to create another mini retrograde that you're going to experience because you wasn't focusing on being direct towards a deeper desire. Feel me? The people, places, and things that you had previous surface level relationships or accountabilities with, leave that shit alone, especially if you ain't getting nowhere. Also, if you got Mercury retrograde in your 9th house, this is having a direct approach towards thinking about experiences, thinking about long distance travel, thinking about being direct towards a new religion or a new spiritual system, and of course catering towards these things. Also, what's going to kind of like throw you off is going to be your friends, your siblings, or other individuals throwing some form of illusions or guilt programs on you within your environment. You're going to feel guilty about certain things within your environment that can pretty much reappear again if you're paying attention to that. Now, if you got Taurus in your 10th house, this is being very direct towards your status quo, your career, your goals, sobering up and getting serious. Feel me? That's what you basically need to do. Now, what's going to throw you off is past individuals that you build a home with, past private individuals that you build a home with, or past individuals that's unknown, or individuals that's kind of like, that you never met, and things that matter is going to kind of like be throwing guilt on you in that area. So be aware of that too. Also, if you got Mercury direct in your 11th house, you're going to be learning how to be direct towards your associations, your groups, building goals, and teamwork, dream work. Now, what's going to kind of like throw you off in this area is going to be romance and hobbies that you dealt with, cold romance and hobbies, or cold individuals that you had ups and downs with. And last but not least, you got this direct within your 12th house. You need to be very direct towards your dreams, your imaginations, creativity, fantasies, and illusion. Now, what's going to kind of like throw you off is going to be your 6th house. That's going to